Hey everyone! Today I wanted to do a really quick March reading wrap up. So in my last video I have a stack of all the books that I read. A lot of those were on hold since then. And so I'm just going to be talking about the books that I kept besides my nonfiction books that I read, because I will be doing a nonfiction wrap up probably in July. Since I don't read that many nonfiction in a year, I usually read between like 1 and 3 a month. So I'm just going to do a separate video for those. But let's get into it. We have The Reluctant Baronet. This is a proper romance. I really did enjoy this one. I ended up giving it a 4.5 star. I like the main female character was a smallpox survivor, so she's got smallpox scars on her face and all over her body. And because of that, she doesn't feel beautiful. And of course, the love interest finds a way to kind of let her know that she is beautiful even with those scars. And he thinks that those scars actually enhance her beauty. So it was really nice. I liked this one. It's quite short. I think it's, yeah, just under 200 pages, 168 pages. So it's a really short one. But again, I'm just kind of trying to figure out my romance preferences, and I've been trying everything under the sun. Maybe I should do a video of the romance books that I've tried over the last year and a half, and maybe like a tier ranking. Let me know if you guys would like to see that. Anyways, the next one I'm also taking from the bottom of this stack. I read the Amber Spyglass. This is the last book in the His Dark Materials series by Philip Pullman. This is a series that it was my sister's favorite growing up. I've been going through and reading some of my siblings' favorites, so that's been fun. This series was really good. I gave the first 2 books 5 stars. This one, I think I either gave a 4-star or a 4.5 star. There was really just one point in the book that I didn't care for, and it just basically had to do with how young the main characters are to be put into a sexual situation. That kind of bothered me a little bit. But other than that, I really liked this series. This is a series that will be staying in my collection, and I'll talk about this more when I do my series wrap up. I'm planning on doing a video where I talk about all the series that have been on my shelves and what series I've been reading, what I'm keeping, what I'm not keeping. And that kind of goes into the next 3 that I have here. So the first book is Annihilation. This is by Jeff Vandermeer. This book I had on my shelves. I knew it was a series and I wanted to try the first book to see how I liked it. I loved this first book. So I ended up getting the next 2 from the library, read them, loved them. So I went out and bought the next 2. I did get these on sale at my used bookstore, but now I have the full trilogy. This is a really good sci-fi series. It follows multiple groups of scientists going into this bubble that's been created over a certain area of land and just trying to study it, figure out what it is, what's happening within it, why it was created. It's really intense. It's very mind-bendy and twisty. I actually watched an interview with the author where he kind of talks about it, and he talks about how he was talking to an actual scientist about some of the things he wanted to put in the book to make it more believable and accurate to like real life. So I really liked this series. I've actually heard that some of his other books are really good too. There's one, I think it's called The Hummingbird and the Salamander or something like that. Planning on picking that up in the future after I get through more of my TBR. So I am going to keep those in my collection. And just really quickly, I'm going to read you guys all of the other books that I read throughout the month. Again, the nonfiction will be in my nonfiction wrap up, so I'm just going to tell you what I read and the star rating that I gave to those. So I read Surprised by Joy by C.S. Lewis, and I gave that a 4.75. I read As You Wish by Carrie Elwes, probably not saying that last name correctly. I gave that a 5-star. I thought it was really great. I read On Getting Out of Bed by Alan Noble. I gave that a 2.5 star. That was a rough one. I read Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I gave it a 4-star, and I did unhaul it. Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift. I actually DNF'd at 10%. Read A Foreign Crown by Jen Johnson. Gave that 3 stars. Memoirs of a Geisha by Arthur Golden. I gave 3.25 stars. Burial Rites by Hannah Kent. I gave 3.75. The Light Brigade by Cameron Hurley, I don't own. I did give that a 5-star, and I am planning on buying that and adding it to my collection. Doctor Sleep by Stephen King, I DNF'd that after 5%. The God of Endings by Jacqueline Holland, I DNF'd that at 38%. The Winter Sea by Susan Kearsley, I DNF'd at 15%. Sleeping Giants by Sylvian Nouvelle, I gave 4 stars. And Banewrecker by Jacqueline Carey, I DNF'd at 15%. If you guys want me to go into why I DNF'd those books or why I unhauled any of those books or anything like that, just more details, let me know and I will make another video. And that is my wrap up for March. It's a little late, but better late than never. What did you guys read in March? What was your favorite read? What were some of your least favorite reads? How often do you unhaul books? Let me know in the comments below and I will see you next time. Bye. I don't know how many stars I gave it. I really what do you guys